This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
It is a great time to be a Bravo fan. We have got so much news and so many great shows going on. I have got lots of Summer House news, The Valley, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Rhode Island, Beverly Hills, Potomac, Salt Lake City, like every show almost there's news about. So hope you enjoyed today's episode and head to patreon.com/Bravo and Botox for ad-free listening and to support the show. Your money goes to supporting what I do here. Enjoy. Welcome to the Bravo Papers, a safe space for all us Bravo fans who love to analyze, deconstruct, and talk about our favorite Bravo shows ad nauseum. So join me, Bravo and Botox, and we'll catch up on all the Bravo news and read way too much into our favorite shows and Bravo celebrities. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Bravo Papers, here with your host, Emily. Hope you are all doing well today and that you're enjoying your weekend. Hopefully you have better weather than I do here in the Greater Toronto area. It's not good, guys. It's not good. It's like rainy and overcast and cold. I thought this was supposed to be May. It's really annoying me. Like, my daughter's school has one of those it's like an after school, like, fun fair kind of thing that they do every year in May. Okay. We went, people were wearing parkas. Like, it wasn't snowing, but it was so cold. And it's like an outdoor event. You know, they have like activities and like food trucks and stuff like that. And then I was looking at the pictures from last year. We were literally wearing shorts. And I remember we were sweating. We had sunscreen on. Like, normally May in like my area, it's hot. Like, it's like 30 degrees or more. So it's just like, and I'm Celsius, guys, Celsius. Okay. I know I have a lot of American listeners, Celsius. Which is hot, which is like summer hot, right? So it's crazy. So I hope that you guys are getting better weather wherever you are. I know some of you are from my area, but if you're outside, I hope that your area is lovely and beautiful. And I know a lot of my American listeners are having a long weekend this weekend. So yay, good for you guys. That's awesome. Having a Monday off is just the best. Like, nothing beats a Monday off. I would rather have a Monday off over a Friday off any day of the week. Because Friday at work, like, the vibes are good and like everyone's like excited, looking forward to the weekend. Nobody is looking forward to coming in on Monday. So when you have Monday off, it's just like chef's kiss. Love it. Okay. And hopefully, if you are looking for a little break from family gatherings, whatever you're doing this weekend, this podcast can provide you with that, a little escape. That is what I'm here for. So let's get into some Bravo news. We have a lot. It's really a great time to be a Bravo fan. I mean, we had like Slam Pig Sunday. That was amazing. We had a double whammy because we had an amazing episode of Rhode Island and an amazing episode of Atlanta with K. Michelle being all like paranoid and delusional, and it was hilarious. And then we had the big fight with Rosie and Kelsey. And then we've got the Summer House drama. Like, it's a good time. And In the City premiered. Loved it. Absolutely loved In the City. I thought it transitioned seamlessly from Summer House. And I'm going to talk about Summer House. So I'll give you my thoughts on In the City here. But so the one downside of it right off the bat is a lot of Amanda and Kyle. So in the sense of like, we just finished Summer House and there was all this like Kyle and Amanda and their divorce and breaking it down. And now it's even more of that. Now, I think to kind of push back against my own point, I would say that the good thing about it is that we're sort of watching, because the veil has been lifted and we know about the West Amanda stuff. It is interesting to watch the kind of like gaslighting. It is kind of interesting to watch Amanda you just know she doesn't want to be in the relationship. And I feel like she's completely checked out and she's just going through the motions to kind of, I don't know, like make it look like she did everything that she could. I think there's a little bit of that, making it out like she did everything that she could to save this relationship. And then the other thing I think that is happening is that I think she was kind of waiting for things with West to be more like secure and not just like a fling before she cut Kyle completely loose. And I don't know, some people might not agree with that, but I just know that's what she was doing. I really feel confident in that. I feel like she's a very, very insecure person. And I think that she can't be alone. I think she's scared to be alone. And I think that if West hadn't come along and like paid attention to her and etc., I don't even think we'd be having this conversation. I think she would still be with Kyle. Like, I don't think she ever would have left Kyle until she had the next person set up and ready to go. So I think at the point that we're watching on In the City is the point where her and West are still banging, but they're not like more than that yet. And they're still just kind of like friends who hook up. And she's kind of waiting for it to go to the next step before she can, feel secure enough to leave Kyle. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So yeah. And I need Kyle to never take her back, just to add on a little more, because there was an interesting conversation on In the City with Kyle and Amanda where he says, it was like that where they like picked up cameras or whatever. And he says to her at one point that, I wrote about this on Threads, by the way. You can follow me on Threads. I do a lot more posting on there than I do on Twitter, because on Twitter I post and like literally no one likes it, sees it, respond. Like Twitter is like you're just talking into a microphone to no one. Threads, you are actually like, you post things and you get a lot of replies and a lot of action. And yes, I have a lot of followers on Threads compared to Twitter. But that's the other crazy thing is like I've been on Twitter for like 15 years and I have like 3,000 followers. It's crazy. Like Twitter is the most ridiculous app. I do think that they're kind of on their way down right now because Threads is becoming very popular. And it's, I don't love everything about it. There's a lot of virtue signaling on there, but I will say that I do enjoy it more overall than Twitter. So yeah, follow me, Bravo and Botox. We can talk about the shows. Okay. So I did say this on Threads, but Kyle says to her, it's something along the lines of like, I'm being supportive of you, but that does not mean that I want to get back together. It's like something along those lines. And I thought that was really interesting because I think he knows that if things fizzle with West, I think he knows that Amanda would try to come crawling back. I really think he knows that because they're not officially divorced. I think he knows that Amanda would be like, I was just going through a hard time and I was manipulated by him and I gave in and now I regret it and I see everything so clearly. Like, I really think that he knows that she would do that. So I felt like he was kind of just laying down like a little bit of preemptive strike on that. Which I appreciate because if he ever takes her back, that would be terrible. Okay, so let's get into more Summer House news here. So Kyle and Lindsay were on Watch What Happens Live the night of the Summer House finale. And, it was a great appearance. They were very entertaining and fun, as the two of them always are. I have to be honest, though, there wasn't like a ton of new information in terms of things that we don't already know, but it was more just like them kind of talking about their feelings about things and that kind of thing. So Andy asks Kyle about a voicemail that he sent to West, and Kyle said that yes, he did send him a voicemail, and basically he was like, I am not the kind of person who would ever say that I won't film with someone. So he's like, I'm not going to do that. And, so I'm assuming that's kind of like what he was saying to West is like, I may not like you, but I will still film with you, which is very Kyle and very Lindsay. Like they're going to get the check and they're going to do the work no matter what. Like they'll show up, they'll film with someone. So yeah, so he said that and that him and Wes can quote unquote hash it out, at the right time, basically. So yeah, so it seems like, it doesn't seem like Kyle likes West or has forgiven him or anything like that. Like the vibes from the show were very much that he does not like him and thinks he's manipulative and a liar and all that kind of stuff. But the other kind of vibe I would say is that if Kyle had to do a show with him, he could move past it in a way, I guess. The other thing that Kyle said was that he was really annoyed with Wes' comment about his like Wolf of Wall Street comment about Kyle buying Amanda the watch, because he said, he makes this comment about me and like me being, buying her something to just like make up for all the shitty things I've done and, kind of like implying Kyle's a bad guy and whatever. He's like, and then he comes on here and lies straight to everybody about his relationship with Amanda, because the question was kind of revolving around when Wes was on Watch What Happens Live. He's like, and then he's like doing this behind everyone's backs, which exactly. And, Kyle said it was performative, which it absolutely was. Everything that that Wes says is performative, trying to get the female audience on his side, trying to act like he's like this good guy. He wanted to be the hero of the season, and it's all bullshit. That's the truth. Okay, so what else do we have? Oh yeah, so Kyle was getting some heat as well from the In the City premiere, because at the premiere, obviously Amanda was there because she's on the show. And, they did a lot of like group photos and red carpet photos. And, Kyle and Lindsay were just like eating up all the pictures and all the attention as they do. And Kyle took a picture on the red carpet with Amanda. And I guess fans did not like this. So he got a lot of backlash, but he made a video, put it on his Instagram, and basically said, sue me or shoot me. He's like, shoot me. I took a picture with her. Like, and he said, I understand that people are mad at her. He's like, me taking a picture with her is not like, condoning what she does. He's like, he wasn't even sure she was going to show up to a show that she participated in. So he was happy that she just came because she was on the show, which, I mean, I see what he's saying. And he's like, so I took a picture with her, like big deal. And honestly, I'm on his side. At the end of the day, he was married to the woman for 10 years. Okay. Regardless of what she did and how we all feel about her, this is his actual real life, right? Like Amanda's not like some Bravo celebrity where he's like taking teams on Reddit or something. Like this is his actual, technically still wife who, and just because you divorce or break up with someone doesn't mean that the love that you had suddenly disappears. That's why it hurts, because the love does not disappear. It takes time to get over that. So, you still care about the person. Even like people get cheated on and wronged by spouses and partners all the time, and they still have love for them or even love them, even though they know the person is bad for them. So, just give Kyle a break. That's my, PSA to everyone, is give Kyle a break. Meanwhile, West is clearing up some rumors about him being on RHOA. So RHOA is like a dating app for like celebrities / anyone remotely famous. Like you don't have to be like an A-list celebrity to be on there, but you just have to have like some kind of a following and some kind of, even if you're like an influencer, you could be on there depending on how big you are, like that kind of thing. So people have been saying, and I've been hearing this for a while now, like since him and Amanda confirmed their situationship, whatever the hell it was, people have been like, oh, and he still has a profile on RHOA. So Wes says that he's not on RHOA, and that the truth is that people are making fake profiles of him on there. Could I see that being true? Yes. Do I believe everything Wes says? No, because he's a lying liar who lies. But that being said, I don't know. I would hope he's not stupid enough to be on RHOA right now. But I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past this man. But I could also see if people, would make fake profiles of him, I guess. But I don't know. It's such a stupid thing to do. But anyways. So recently, my sister-in-law told me about this new bra that she got that she's obsessed with from Honey Love. It's called the Honey Love Crossover Bra. So I decided to try it, and I am obsessed. Their crossover bra is life-changing, and what I love is that it has the comfort of a wireless bra, which it is, but with the support of a wire bra. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And for women like me with a larger bust, the support and comfort is very important. One of the reasons I think Honey Love has nailed it with their bras and shapewear is because they're an independent female-founded brand. So they know what women need and want in a bra and shapewear. That's why I finally have a truly supportive wireless bra that's also comfortable. I also got a pair of their shapewear, the Superpower Thong, and it is honestly the best shapewear I have ever owned. It's actually comfortable and not suffocating, and it doesn't start to like roll down as soon as you start moving, which is always my biggest annoyance. And I honestly forgot I was wearing it. That's because they use targeted compression that enhances your curves and doesn't just squeeze them until you suffocate. So treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/bravopapers. That's honeylove.com/bravopapers. After you check out, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love. For the longest time, my front porch was a tragedy. I had a wreath with the greenery falling off, nowhere to sit on nice days, and a doormat that was faded and way too small for the space. But thanks to Wayfair, my front porch looks so beautiful for spring and summer, and I was able to find exactly what I needed to match my vibe. The exterior of my home is kind of modern farmhouse, so I needed to find decor that would complement that style. And although Wayfair has like thousands of items, they make it really easy to find what you need. So I was able to narrow down by the style, price, size, and even colors for everything I wanted. I wanted to get a lavender wreath, 26 inches. I just used the filters and no problem. I found one that is perfect. And I love that I could get everything I needed for my front patio in one place, like a chair, my new wreath, front doormat. I got lanterns and a decorative watering can, and it all just looks exactly how I envisioned it. So get prepped for patio season for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
It seems like him and Amanda are still together. They were just photographed like this week, walking Amanda's dog around New York City, both dressed pretty much the same. I think they're just so annoying. Like she's wearing like a striped shirt, it looks like a men's striped shirt and like black shorts. And then but like they look not like polished, and then he's wearing black shorts and like a t-shirt, and then they both have like socks and sandals kind of thing. They're just so annoying. I just feel like Amanda's such a chameleon. Like she just tries to like become whoever she's close with. Like I feel like she doesn't have her own personality. When she first started with Kyle, she was pretending she was like this big partier. And then as time went on, you can only keep up the facade for so long. And then as time went on, she was like, okay, I just want to stay home and watch Netflix or whatever. And then now she's with West and she's like going to like NYU bars and like, it's very sad. It's a sad life. Now, the other thing that many people are pointing out after watching the premiere of In the City is that, I don't know, so I guess this is Summer House / In the City news, I don't know, is that on In the City, Amanda makes this comment to Kyle that there's a video of him making out with someone when they were married. And Kyle is just like, okay. It was the funniest response. But people are like, wait a minute, didn't she say, and I remembered this too, because I remember I covered like this interview on this show, but people were like, didn't she say that there was no like hard evidence? So people obviously pulled up her her interview from the magazine. Was it? I think it was Marie Claire, maybe. Where is it? Okay. Have any of the rumors been confirmed? So this is what the magazine asked Amanda, and she says they're never like confirmations. It's always my friend's friend saw this, or I heard from so and so. It's never the person themselves. And then what was the other thing? And then the other question they asked her, I imagine some of these rumors are like months and years old. And then she says, that part's annoying. Like, how am I finding out about new things that happened years ago? Where are my girls? Hello? How do people have photos and no one shared anything? He's been wildly protected. So you haven't seen photos or anything. And again, she could be lying in this interview because there could have been a video and she just, her and Kyle are on good terms in this divorce and she just doesn't want to like open a can of worms right now. She'd rather just like hint at unconfirmed whatever. The irony of her talking about where are my girls at? Shut up. She's always used that ever since it became like popular to like, just gain more attention and more favor from the audience. It drives me crazy. So again, like you can't believe anything she says. That's why I kind of thought it was funny when Kyle was like, okay, because like what's he supposed to say to that? Show the video or fuck off. Like or don't mention it. Like anyways, it's stupid. Could there be a video though? Yes, absolutely there could be a video. I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, it's like you're not in a position to like bring that up and be angry about it now. It's like you're only bringing that up and saying there's a video to, kind of try to get some of the heat off of you. Right. And she has every right to be upset that he cheated on her. But it's like, she made such a mistake with this West thing. It's like she can't take even the tiniest bit of accountability. Like she seems constantly annoyed that people are even upset at her. Like that's what I got from the reunion trailer. That's the vibe I'm getting from her and West. It's like they're just annoyed that people are mad about this and that people won't just like get over it and move on so they can like, go bar hop and walk around in their stupid matching baggy outfits. Like that's just what it feels like. And it feels like even in that scene, it's like, she's the one in the wrong. Let's talk about what's happening now and the issue now. And she seems annoyed with Kyle the whole conversation. And I guess like I can understand to a point in the sense of like you were cheated on by him. So why is he getting on you? But there is a big difference, like not a huge difference, but there is a difference, which is that you decided to do it with one of his friends / your friend's ex, and it split up your entire friend group. Like if this was just like some random guy or like some new guy she met that Kyle didn't know or whatever, we wouldn't be having this conversation in the first place. So yeah. Okay. So let's go to some Valley news because the Valley has been also lighting up social media. Where is it? I had Valley news, guys. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Because Danny is continually acting like, a piece of trash on the Valley lately, and he's had to sort of answer for it, I guess. I'm not going to give him credit and say he's really answered for it, but, he has responded to some of the backlash from fans. Okay, so where was this from? Okay, Reality Blurb. Okay, they have this quote from him. This is it. We paid for Lena, the babysitter, who is an absolute angel and very capable of doing everything with the child except breastfeed. So there was a little bit of, why am I being asked to do so many things that are easily done and can be easily done by the babysitter who we have out here? And then he says, when it's stuffed during the day, it was one of those things that was a little frustrating of like, hey, we brought a sitter here so we could have some quality time, be around some friends and not have the other 3 kids. I mean, I guess that would be a decent excuse if you weren't acting like a complete prick when the baby wasn't around, like when she wanted to go on the roller coaster and stuff. Like it's just, there's too much evidence against you now, Danny, to make this argument. Sorry. Then he made this whole post where he like posted a picture of the two of them together. And then he, on his Instagram story, wrote this like message to Nia being like, to the person I love most, my beautiful wife, I am so sorry. Watching these last few episodes back hasn't been easy. It was a difficult season of life and a version of myself that I'm embarrassed by and not proud of. A short fuse, stress, alcohol, and lack of sleep are never a good combination, but that's not an excuse. You just made the excuse. just FYI. I should have never taken any of it out on you. Balancing parenthood and life can stretch you in ways you don't fully realize until you see yourself through a different lens. I love, honor, and respect you deeply, and I did not show that in some of these moments. Nia, I love you so much. I'm grateful for you, our family, and this beautiful, chaotic life we've built together. I thank God for you every day. Okay. So here's the thing. There is a chance, I just want to put this out there, okay, that, and I don't know, and that's the problem, there is a chance that his behavior is connected to alcoholism. And I think that's kind of the thing that Lala sort of tried to broach on this week's episode. And I thought she did a good job of it. Like, I thought she came at it in like a sympathetic kind of tone, you know, because like what I'm seeing, and I have experience with, you know, having a family member, someone who deals with addiction. What I'm seeing is somebody who is in a pissy mood when they can't get their drug, his drug being alcohol. And then when they do get it, they're even worse. So, you know, it's like he kind of had to be sober for the cameras, like when they were at the theme park and stuff like that. And by the way, none of this is an excuse for his behavior, right? And that is one thing that you know, if you have a family member who's dealt with alcoholism or addiction, like we don't make excuses for that behavior. You just show you have to be firm and have boundaries. But if you want to stay with the person and give them another chance, sort of like support them and push them towards recovery. It's not like a black and white kind of thing. It's very nuanced. I'm not going to get into it all right now, but what I will say is that that's one possibility. The other possibility is that has an alcohol problem. I know you're like, Emily, that was just what you said, that he has an alcohol problem and he's also a piece of shit, abusive asshole. So those are both possibilities. Either one is not great. Either one is not an excuse for any of his behavior. I just want to make that clear as day. But just like the whole like Janet saying, like, this will never not stick in my head. Janet mentioning on Watch What Happens Live like a year or so ago about Nia attending Al-Anon meetings. I'm kind of like, And that's just like, it's very, if that's the case, like what a shit situation for Nia. Like you've got 4 kids and you're dealing with a husband with an alcohol problem. It's not good. And if that is the issue, I hope that he will, like, going to rehab and Nia being alone with those kids will be extremely difficult, but it would be better than what she's living with now in the long term. If he actually like wants to go and gets help and you know, gets help and practices the steps and lives a sober lifestyle, her life will be exponentially better. Unless it's not just the alcohol and it's who he is, which is possible. Okay. Because some people are addicts and they're also abusive assholes. And those two things coexist. Some people are not necessarily abusive assholes, but when they can't but addiction is so powerful and strong, they can become monsters when they're on it or when they don't get it. That is also, so though I'm just pointing out that both of those things can be true. We don't necessarily know which one Danny is, but I'm leaning towards that he's an alcoholic and also an asshole who is demanding and abusive of his wife. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm leaning towards that. The reason I'm leaning towards that is because there's a lot of people on the internet, a lot of women who've been in relationships with like abusive men and stuff like that. And I think they see a lot of the subtler signs that maybe people like me who have not been in an emotionally or physically abusive relationship maybe don't see. So I'm trusting them and going with that. I'm telling you my experience as somebody with a immediate family member with an addiction problem. I'm telling you my experience and my perspective, but I also take in their experience. And yeah, and if they say that they see other signs and things like that, I believe them 100%. And I think it's very possible. I think the best thing for Nia would be, and it's easier said than done, but like for her to like have some time without him. But the thing that complicates all of this is the whole Christianity religious thing. Like these two are very about like God and, that kind of like traditional family life and all that kind of stuff. And like sometimes the thing about that, I don't know, I don't want to like get in trouble with people who are religious here, but I will say that it can entrap women even more, because Nia might feel like, well, she's not fulfilling her like wifely duty and roles and stuff, if he's not in the family home and whatever. But I don't know. It's not a good situation at all. It's like almost every result from the situation is negative, So yeah, it sucks. Okay. But all that being said, after my big soliloquy, Danny was supposed to be on Watch What Happens Live, and he canceled. Okay. So he was supposed to be on with Luke. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, people are not going to be happy. Like Andy's going to be handling some angry questions. And that was true still. But Danny ended up dropping out very soon before. So Tom Schwartz replaced him as a guest, and Danny did put up an Instagram story, and he said, "A little change of plans this week. Instead of heading to New York City for press, I'll be staying in LA working on an incredible new project that came together last minute and was way too good to pass up. Feeling very grateful and blessed. More to come." Okay. Do we believe this? I don't know. So on Watch What Happens Live, they were asked about it. Basically, Andy was like, is he not here because he didn't want to face the music? Luke and Schwartz are like, no, he really had a job. Like, it's true. Trust me. Andy was like, listen, I was told that he had to cancel because he had a booking or something. And then Andy's like, I think if he was like scared to come here, his publicist would have just been like, he can't handle it right now. So he believes that Danny booked a job. But I mean, the publicist could lie, Andy. Like, could the publicist not just be like making shit up? I don't know. Like, I'm still skeptical. I still think it's just too convenient. Okay, he's supposed to be on Watch What Happens Live, and he, like, literally after like the worst episode he's ever had since he's been on this show, the entire audience is gunning for him. He's made people like, think favorably of Lala and Janet. And like, that's, if you've done that, you've really fucked up. So, just the idea of like, oh, he just happened to book a job and he can't, like, I'm just really not buying that. So yeah. As I've been getting older, I've become more and more intentional about what I wear day to day, leaning into pieces that feel effortless, comfortable, and still put together. It just makes getting dressed way easier. And Quince has been my go-to. The fabrics feel elevated, the fits are flattering, and everything just works without overthinking it. Quince makes it easy to refresh your every day this spring with pieces that feel as good as they look. They use premium materials like 100% European linen, organic cotton, and ultra soft denim. Speaking of denim, I recently got a pair of their Bella Stretch Relax straight jeans, and I'm obsessed. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever owned. They're still like structured and supportive, but so comfy. I have jeans that are literally double the price and not as comfortable or high quality as the ones from Quince. And because of the price, I am definitely going back and buying them in more colors, like ASAP. So refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use. Head to quince.com/Bravo Papers for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Bravo Papers for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Bravo Papers. I'm not going to lie, I've been needing new glasses for a while now. I got glasses when I turned 40, and now I'm 42, and I have the same pair, and they have a chip on the paint on the frame. Plus, I'm very over the style that I chose. And, I've been wearing them for a while because going to get new ones, it just takes so long and it's like a whole production. And I just don't have time to schedule the appointment, wait forever. And it's so expensive. I paid over $300 last time just to get a frame that I like. So I'm really glad I discovered Zenni. It's an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light glasses starting at under $30. You go to zenni.com, pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. My favorite part is their virtual try-on. Not gonna lie, I had the best time trying on so many styles in the comfort of my own home without anyone pressuring me or trying to upsell me. And I love my new glasses. They're good quality. They look exactly like the virtual try-on. And finally, I have a cool updated aviator style that I've been wanting for a while. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now is the time. Go to zenni.com/podcast and use code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. Despite my online handle being Bravo and Botox, I've actually never had Botox, and not that I'm against it, but for now I'm putting it off and I'm trying to just really focus on high quality skincare. I'm 42 now and I definitely notice more fine lines and loss of firmness in my skin specifically. So I can't just buy any skincare anymore. I need something to specifically address those issues, and that's what OneSkin's OS1 peptide has done for me. I've been using their OS1 moisturizer and my life has changed. The feel, the texture, the glow of my skin, honestly, it's really improved. And unlike other moisturizers, it doesn't make my skin too greasy or too dry, which has always been an issue for me because I have combination skin. And my favorite thing about OneSkin is that it was founded by a team of female scientists with PhDs, women supporting women. And the skincare is backed by rigorous science and research. You can even read about the team and their story on their website. Born from over a decade of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. For a limited time, try OneSkin with 15% off using code BRAVOPAPERS at oneskin.co/BravoPapers. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code BRAVOPAPERS. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. But Luke was also on, so he answered some questions. He was asked why he thinks his desire for sex trumps postpartum. And he's like, did I say it trumps it? He really, and I did not like his answer at all. He's like, did I say it trumps it? And Andy's like, well, no, you didn't say it, but that's how people took it. And I would just like to say that he didn't say it in those literal words, but he pretty much said it he just said it in a more drawn out way. And just the constant whining and bitching about how hard this is for him. The amount of times he said that he's a first-time dad, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's not showing empathy and sympathy for how much more difficult this is for Kristen. And you're just adding to her stress. When she's going through this incredibly difficult time, you pressuring her for sex and whining and bitching and complaining that you can't go fishing and whatever the fuck else, you are making it 1,000 times worse. So you're not caring about her mental health. You're adding more. And then he's like, no, I don't think that. And he's like, and then he like makes a joke about how he's still not getting as much as he wants. Like, shut up. And then he went into the comments on the clip on Instagram and said, so weird that I'm attracted to the beautiful mother of my beautiful daughter. I should probably go to therapy for it, right? No, don't do that. Don't start with the like pretending you don't get it and the gaslighting. That's not the problem. No one is upset that you're attracted to your wife or that you want to have sex with your wife. People are upset because your wife is going through an incredibly difficult time physically, emotionally, and mentally. And you, instead of supporting her in a real way, you are adding to the pressure and stress. You are constantly asking her to do something that she doesn't want to do and has made clear she's not interested in. And you're not helpful with the baby and the postpartum. Like, so that's the problem. Don't try to make this about something else. And he did. And, it works on some stupid people. Like I see people in the comments being like, oh, I would always want my husband to want me, even if I don't want him, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not what we're saying. And guess what? You can go to your wife and tell her that she's beautiful and that you can't wait till she's feeling more herself and better so that you guys can be together again sexually and have more time. But right now you understand that it's rough and da-da-da. What can I do to make things better? Like, is that so hard? It was not that hard. Okay. Okay. All right. What else do we have from the Valley? I think that's all from the Valley. So let's go to some Beverly Hills news. This is kind of Beverly Hills / Valley. Actually, I wanted to put them back to back because of this. So Lala recently talked about Mauricio sliding into her DMs and I don't know, kind of propositioning her in a way. Like she didn't say that, but Mauricio then was caught on, one of those street interviews by TMZ and they asked him about it. And he says, quote, Lala is a fucking liar. Okay. So Lala responded by posting the DM that she got. Okay. So this is what it said. Hey, Lala, how are you? Hey, I am wondering, since you seem to have an opinion and speculations about me as to whether I am a player or not, I would like to talk to you. Let me know if you are up for that by phone or happy to get a coffee, ? Yeah, here's the thing about this message is it is somewhat open for interpretation. So I can understand why. Okay, because basically Lala was talking about him and Kyle's separation or divorce. And obviously she called him a player or something. I can see why Lala would see this and be like, well, why do we have to have a phone call or get a coffee to talk about it? We don't know each other like that. It seems like maybe this is an excuse to move in on me kind of thing. I can see that. And then I can also see people being like, well, you're talking about his character and stuff. And he didn't want to put anything in writing. So, he would rather say it in person in a phone call so that it's not misconstrued or whatever. And he's trying to clear it up so that you don't talk about him anymore. I can understand both sides. I lean more towards, and I am not one who's let me take Lala's side. But I do think it is suspect that he's asking for a phone call and coffee over something like this. Over something that's a legit storyline on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Your divorce is a storyline. It's being talked about by Sheena and Lala and any Bravo celebrity who has a podcast, Crystal Kung Minkoff, whatever. I understand maybe she called you a player. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. But it does seem a little weird. And I'm sure Mauricio would love to hook up with Lala, by the way. Okay. So we also have an update on the the texts that were released through Dorit and PK's divorce and how they're claiming things about each other. And he's saying Dorit spent $1 million on luxury items. So she sat down with an interview on Extra, and they asked her, is it true you spent $1 million on luxury items? Dorit says, no, it is not true what it says in those documents and, the text or whatever. She says that she's in the divorce process. They're in litigation, so, she can't say a lot, but she said that, people have their own side and there's two sides and they put out their side and then she'll respond with her side. But no, it is not true. She says she does like to shop and buy expensive clothes and whatever, but the amount that they're saying is not accurate. So, I mean, it is tough though, Dorit, because they do have like receipts and documents and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I don't know where exactly those numbers came from and how they arrived at those numbers. And I wouldn't put it past PK to, exaggerate things or try to whatever, twist things around. But I also wouldn't put it past Dorit to spend that kind of money. So, I mean, like I've always said, this is one of those situations where they're both scam artists and it's just like, they're both terrible. So I'm like, I don't need to believe either of them. The other thing Dorit said is that it is her money. So the money that she does spend on clothes and stuff is hers that she earns, I'm assuming from the show and whatever other stuff she has. So she says it's not like I'm spending PK's money on shopping, which, I mean, fair enough. Like, I might not agree with how she spends her money, but it's her money. She can spend it however she wants. Just like PK spent a lot of his money on gambling multiple times. He's had multiple huge $1 million debts to casinos. So I just want to remind everyone of that. So he's not really one to talk. Anyways, yeah. So it seems like they're kind of both morons in this case. So yeah. Also on that topic, it seems that the house is no longer in foreclosure. So again, Dorit is evading the foreclosure on her mansion, and her attorney suspects that PK came to the rescue and made the payment, which again, we know, like, according to that same interview that I was just talking about with Dorit, she said they had an agreement that he was going to be paying the mortgage, but I guess he just wasn't. So she didn't really know what was going on. That's what she says. And, he's probably over there pissed off because she's spending so much money shopping and he doesn't want to keep paying the mortgage for the house he's not living in. So, and is that perspective completely invalid? No. But that being said, it seems like you're the one who wants the divorce more. And it does seem like, and you can't just like upend her and the children's lives. So I don't know if she's paying for other stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but I'm sure that PK doesn't want to pay for as much as he is. And he's going to be finding excuses not to, because that's what happens in these divorces. Meanwhile, there's lots of like casting rumors going on around Beverly Hills, like people saying like Dorit is being put on pause. All this kind of stuff, which, by the way, Alex Baskin tweeted and said that that's not true. But it doesn't seem that they've made any casting decisions yet. And, like I always say, we'll know when we know. Okay. Don't bother with the rumors. But that being said, Amanda did kind of like imply that, like, why would she want to come back after the way that she was treated, etc. But now maybe she's having a change of heart because bad gal Riri sent Amanda a DM and said, no, nope, no quitting. You're going to have your redemption. I promise you, we need more of you. And and Amanda Francis retweeted this, or she took a screenshot of the DM. She posted it and she wrote, wait. If Rihanna says I have to do a second season, then do I have to do a second season? If the queen says, and then she's like, also, Rihanna knows who I am. Well, okay. I mean, I think that's a sign. I want Amanda to come back, like, and not because I like love her or am like a stan or anything, but she's entertaining and she brought something different and interesting to the show. Like, yeah, she's annoying as hell, but that's kind of part of the fun of it, for me at least. So yeah. And listen, we can't just keep going with the same old crap. I don't care about Dorit. I don't care about PK. This storyline is dragged the hell out and I'm over it. So yeah, let's see Amanda's life, you know, implode over the years. Why not? Meanwhile, Erica is avoiding trial. So she has settled her $25 million lawsuit in that ongoing legal battle that she's been, battling that is related to Tom Girardi's law firm and all that kind of stuff. So it has been settled. No more lawsuit. I guess Erica's probably pretty happy about that. Okay, let's get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta news. So after last week's crazy episode, I am loving this season, by the way. If you're not watching, you really should. It's been really good. K. Michelle, who Portia calls Twitter fingers because, oh my God, she is so active on the Twitter, like constantly tweeting. Even in the episode, like they can tell something's wrong, obviously, because she's like crying and freaking out. And then they're like, what is wrong with her? You know, because she's just really sad and like, there's a conspiracy. I just know people are trying to hurt me and da da da. And then they all go upstairs and talk and they're like, well, let's check her Twitter because that seems to be where she like really expresses her emotions. And then they go. And she is just like laying into them on Twitter. So yeah, the episode aired last Sunday and K. Michelle was not done tweeting. There was even more. So she says, let me get this in order because there's a lot. Don't sit in my face and play like you don't know what I'm talking about. You want a reaction, you can have it. Say it to my face or be a quiet coward. And then Portia replied, and by the way, I'm team Portia 100%. And Portia says, who is a coward? I would define a coward as a person tweeting from the same house 2 doors down from me. Next time, let's do our job and bring it to my front door real time. That's how it's done in RHOA. Thank you. Thank you, Portia. Like they're literally like in the same building, like 2 rooms down. And you can't and she's like sitting there on camera crying, saying she's not even going to say who did this to her. We don't even know what this is. I mean, we do, because in confessional, she says that they're trying to bring up this rumor from 10 years ago about her vagina smelling bad or whatever. It's so stupid, I know. And then, but it's so funny. And then she thinks that it's Portia and that they're all conspiring, like her and Phaedra and whatever, and like the whole group of them. And then, so more tweets from that night from K. Michelle. Keep watching. Y'all know my character. Don't sit in. Oh, I read that one. I'm definitely crying when I'm mad at risk of returning to my old self. I don't care how crazy it looks. All that behind the scenes producing these ladies did, I knew about all of it. I sat there and watched quietly. I'm not new to this. Oh my God. And then she replied so those are just like a bunch of random tweets. That was like what I just read you is 4 different tweets. And then she also responded to Portia and said, no different than you being 2 doors down from me fucking on my ex, sitting in my face like you're a girl's girl while telling him my business. Damn, bimbo. So she's saying that Portia slept with her ex and that while doing that, she was telling K. Michelle's business? Here's what I don't get. Is K. Michelle not married? Like, why does, I guess you don't want someone sleeping with your ex who's your friend, but were they really friends or are they just friends now because of the show? I would need to see the timeline to know whose side I'm on. And I don't know, am I supposed to believe Portia would sleep with your ex just to get information about you? And I don't know, why are you and your ex still talking about stuff? Aren't you married? I'm just so confused. I just don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I'm like Jesse in that confessional from this week where Sierra and West are hugging. Jesse's like, I just don't really know what's happening. That's how I feel right now. Here's the thing. K. Michelle has she's got all these gripes with everybody right now. Well, not with everybody, but with a group of them. And she's kind of like taking, you know, rumors and things that people are whispering in her ear. And she seems like she's taking them as fact, assuming they're all true. And then she'll get upset about them and cry about them, but she won't confront the person who she thinks is guilty of them. But then she'll tweet about it. But then on the show, she won't say anything. Like it's just strange behavior for Real Housewives of Atlanta or any Real Housewives franchise. Like this is not how we do Real Housewives, which is why I enjoyed Portia's tweet so much. Like it's just, I feel like K. Michelle has had like some trauma or some, really like negative experiences. Oh, maybe the X thing was her vagina smelling or whatever. But again, they hadn't brought that up. Like the only reason any of us know about that is because you brought it up. Like at least wait. Like if you're going to bring it up anyways, you might as well just wait and see if they bring it up and then maybe they won't. And I don't think that them talking about the oysters was anything. So Shamia was on Watch What Happens Live and she was like, well, it was a little weird to like equate the oysters with vagina. And I was like, I didn't think that was that weird. Like I've heard that joke 1,000 times. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hanging around people who are gross, but have gross senses of humor. But I've definitely heard that as like a euphemism or whatever, or like a reference. I don't know. I didn't think it was like so crazy. Like, I don't know. And I know like the Drew and them were kind of making faces, but it really felt like editing. So I don't know. Listen, I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. Because for the most part, I think most of the audience is leaning towards my side in terms, like, not that it's my side, but like the same opinion as me. But K. Michelle, she insists that like this is a conspiracy and we're all going to see the truth. But Portia was on Carlos King's podcast and she said that basically K. Michelle, by the end of the season, is going to realize that she chose the wrong team and she's going to regret that. So I don't know if there's things that are going to come out that Portia thinks that, once K. Michelle sees them like on the TV and watches all the episodes, she's going to change her mind about that. All I know is that we're not even that far into the season and I'm really excited for the reunion. Because I really want to see, I just want to see like what her point of view is going to be by the end of all this. I really do. Now, the other thing is that K. Michelle was on this radio show and, she like has like a whole breakdown about her son being teased about the hygiene rumors. She doubles down on Portia producing drama for the show. She says Portia befriended her, but didn't tell her that she slept with her ex. So, okay, so maybe Portia did sleep with her ex. I would not be surprised. Like that's kind of on brand for Portia. But again, was it like before you guys were friends? Maybe it was like a nothing thing. Like they went on a date, they hooked up. She didn't feel the need to tell you. Like, I don't know. I just like, I don't know how nefarious it was it doesn't necessarily mean that. Like maybe she should have told you, fine, she can apologize for that. But I don't think that necessarily equals there's a huge conspiracy to bring up a rumor from 10 years ago about your vagina smelling. I just can't believe I'm saying this sentence. I just don't think that that's what's happening. But again, I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. And the other thing that K. Michelle said was that she would be fine with her husband having sex with other women as long as he doesn't pay their bills. Okay. Listen, to each their own, listen, am I shocked by this? Actually, no. Because number one, I mean, he's not, I know looks are not everything. He's not the most attractive man. So we'll start with that. Number two, I just don't see it. Like, I just don't see like the chemistry or like the affection between them. I haven't seen them a lot yet on camera, but it's almost seems like more of a, I don't know, like a marriage of like, we've just known each other for a long time and so let's just like get married for like whatever. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they have like an open relationship. It just wouldn't surprise me at all. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But I have a feeling that if she stays on this show, that might be another marriage we will watch implode as the years go on. I wouldn't be shocked by that at all. Okay, we have a little update from Real Housewives of Potomac, which is that Wendy and Eddie, they had a court date recently. And basically what we learned from that court date is that they will be tried together. And that is going to be in January, from January 25th to 29th of 2027. So we've got a little while to wait. I don't want to wait. But, hopefully I really hope they don't have to serve time. I know what they did is wrong, but I just like them. So I just feel like there's people who do so much worse. And like, who cares about insurance companies, right? I don't know. Okay. All right. We'll see what happens with that. I just wanted to give you guys the update. That was just a quick one. We have a quick update from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City as well, because Bronwyn Newport has officially moved out of her and Todd's home. I don't know where she's living, but word on the street, but she posted about it, of course, because this girl loves attention. And I know a lot of people like Bronwyn, but you know what? I'm just going to stand in my truth. I don't like Bronwyn. I don't trust her. I think she gives off major liar vibes. I don't believe a lot of what she says and does. I don't believe she was dating that model guy. I think she's very PR. And yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, she's a queen, she's this, she's that. I don't think she's that iconic of a housewife. That's my truth. You don't have to believe, or you don't have to agree with me. But I'm going to stand by it because I didn't stand by my opinions on Amanda as strongly as I should have over the years, especially the last few, because it just felt too exhausting to get overrun with like audience comment or pushback, because everybody's like, Amanda's a queen. And I was like, no, I can sense that there is a fakeness. And so I'm going to stick with it. And I think it'll be revealed. It could take years, but I'm going to wait it out. Okay. I think Bronwyn sucks and I think she's a liar. And I think, there's some things I enjoy her on the show. I still want her on the show. I enjoy watching her. I think there's some things she adds to the show for sure. But I think she's very contrived. Like, I think everything she does is a very careful decision, very calculated and careful. You know what I'm saying? So Lisa Barlow had something to say about Bronwyn, and this guy breaking up. And she said, get Brandon's side of the story because I've already heard her lies. And then Lisa tagged the person who posted that. So I don't know what's Brandon's side of the story. I would like Brandon's side of the story. I would like that very much. God knows this is going to be storyline next season. I can already envision Bronwyn yelling at Lisa for posting this on her Instagram story. I can already see next season happening. We also have an update from Real Housewives of Miami from Lisa and Jody's case. So they have reached a deal with prosecutors in the eavesdropping case. Okay, so the charges are set to be dismissed if conditions are met. Okay, so I guess they made an agreement with prosecutors. And basically all the charges will be dismissed in mid-June if they complete the program's condition and remain arrest-free with no admission of guilt or conviction. Okay, so I guess what they have to do is, what's the program? I guess it's an alternative program that's offered to offenders with non-violent priors, but by the Miami-Dade County State Attorney's Office. Sorry, the program gives these individuals the opportunity to make significant changes in their lives so they can avoid further involvement with the criminal justice system. If they complete all conditions and remain arrest-free during their participation, the state's attorney's office will drop the charges. Okay, interesting. I wonder what they have to do in the program, because it's so funny that this came up because I recently just watched a documentary about Miami mega prisons, and they were showing a program they have only for young offenders though, so this wouldn't be Lisa and Jody, obviously these are like under 18, where basically they can go, instead of going to jail and serving, or like even like, having like a trial and all that, they can participate in this like 6-month like boot camp. And those who quote unquote graduate from the boot camp will not have to serve whatever jail time they were sentenced to. So these are like young offenders who could, have a second chance or whatever. And it was interesting. It was pretty crazy, but it was interesting. But I am thinking like maybe it's something like that, like community service or like learning, like maybe they have to take like courses on how to deal with like conflict with your ex. I don't know. Like I'm sure there's something that they have to do. Okay. We also have an update from Married to Medicine because Dr. Heavenly's political run is ending. Not with a bang, unfortunately. She did not win in the Georgia primary. Sorry, I was just looking what it was. But her run has ended. And it looks like Heavenly earned 20.5% of the vote behind the winner, Jasmine Clark, who secured a commanding 57.6. Okay. So although a lot of reality fans rallied behind Dr. Heavenly, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for her to win. So she's officially lost. So, bad news for Dr. Heavenly, good news for viewers of Married to Medicine, because she will be back next season, episode 1, and she will be no longer holding back and editing herself. But instead, I'm sure she's going to do a soliloquy where she cusses out Toya and calls her all sorts of names. So I'm sure we'll be hearing the your mama line again next season coming from Heavenly. Unless she wants to kind of stay in like this sort of like public image better standing, because maybe she's going to run again, or maybe that was just like her first try. So you never know. You never know. I'm sure Dr. Simone is very disappointed right now because she was she was all kinds of excited at the reunion when she thought Dr. Heavenly wouldn't be coming back. So we are sorry that things didn't work out for you, Dr. Heavenly. But you know what? Maybe it's better that we have less reality stars in politics because, historically it hasn't gone that well. And oh my God, I almost forgot to talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Thank God I remembered. Because Alicia, our beloved Alicia, went on her Instagram stories and she put up a couple posts and then quickly deleted them. Okay. So I guess she regretted putting them up. But this is what she wrote. Queen of create mode, Alicia Carmotti. She wrote, asking for a friend. Do you think if it's okay if your spouse takes your money and pays bills without asking and you never see your money or your check? Okay. And then her second one said, asking for a friend. I love how she keeps using asking for a friend. Do you think it's normal for someone to put your face and use your image and story for a business that you don't see a dollar from? Okay, so you're not asking for a friend, you're asking for yourself and your fiance, who's obviously doing this. I mean, I think that Alicia is watching the show. I think she is seeing how much the audience loves her. I think she's seeing how the audience sees her situation as being kind of messed up. And I think she's probably hearing from people who are alerting her to the fact that she's being like taken advantage of. Right? Like she doesn't have any control of the money. He is using her like face and idea, and she's not getting any money from this pizza place. And I'm sorry, but like within like a year or two, less than 5 years, let's say, she's going to be making way more than him. This is going to be one of those classic housewives cases where the man is like in the control power position when it comes to money in the household. And then their wife gets like super famous and popular and the Bravo checks are rolling in and the guy gets like super insecure and he can't handle it and they break up. Which, listen, I'm not like rooting for anyone to break up. I'm not like rooting to break up a family or anything. But I don't know about this guy. Like he won't marry her. And if he does, he wants them to have a prenup so she gets nothing. Like, what is that? Like, I think it's time to like, she's probably going to want a prenup, actually, if they do get married, because now she's going to have money. And she's probably going to have more money than him. So she needs to get a prenup to protect herself if she does marry this man. Or the better result would be just don't marry him. Just let him be a baby daddy and you'll find someone better. How about that? So she did delete those shortly after she posted them. I'm sure her husband was, or fiance was like, can you take those down? But, we're seeing the cracks. Oh, this show is just like the gift that keeps on giving. Like, just like new feuds, new storylines. Every relationship has some issue. It's going to bring us so much joy from years to come. For years to come, sorry. It's really just a blessing. Okay, so on that note, we are officially done. You are now in the know for everything Bravo, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.